Girl, I swear the perfume you wear is made out of turnip green. And every time I kiss you, girl, it tastes like pork and bean. Even though you're wearing those uptown high heels, I can tell by your giant step, been walking through the cotton field. Oh, you're so down home, girl. Every time you monkey child takes my breath away. Got to kneel down and pray. Girl, you know what dress you're wearing, made out of fiberglass. Every time you move like that, I got to go to Sunday man. Oh, you're so down. Take you to the muddy river and push you in, so I can watch the water roll down your velvet skin. I'm gonna take you down in New Orleans, way down in Dixieland, so I can watch you do the second land with an umbrella in your hand. child. Takes my breath away. Every time you move like that, I got to get down and pray. Even though that dress you're wearing made out of fiberglass, baby, I gotta go down and pray, pray. Oh, 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 your soul. Down, down, home, girl, girl. Oh, what you doing? What you doing? Home, girl. Jump on it, home, home, girl. Jump on, girl. Jump on, girl. Oh, what you do? What you do? Girl, well, down on, girl. Oh, hi, oh, hi. Thank you very much. We got a brand new album out. It's called Citizen John. It's one of the songs. It's called Wednesday's Child. Looking for a blind man's cane down by the river in the rain. Rattle that ball and chain down by the river in the rain. Hollering out your name down by the river in the rain. Sinking in a world of pain down by the river in the rain. Oh, Wednesday's child saw the wings of a fly. I thought I saw the devil in a man down there. Clouds can never be found. Tomorrow ain't never coming around. It's buried deep under the ground. Tomorrow ain't ever coming around. Hear the whistle of a midnight train down by the river in the rain. All those tears in vain down by the river in the rain. The sun goes down and the moon comes up. I'm drinking cheap whiskey from an old tin cup. The well went dry, the cornfields burning. Preachers in the north, they never return. And I can't pray for all my sin. Oh, time running out, the buckshot wind. I'm praying to the Lord on my bended knees. Ain't nothing but the sound of the rustling in the trees. Hollering out your name down by the river in the rain. All those tears in vain down by the river in the rain. The clocks are all on one. Tomorrow ain't ever coming round. It's buried deep under the ground. Tomorrow ain't ever coming round. Alone by the river, alone by the river, alone by the river. I'm down by the river in the rain. I'm down by the river. I'm down by the river. I'm down by the river. Thank you so much. Here's an old song. This has been with me. You know, some songs you kind of, they're just old friends, you know, you just, doesn't matter, you can leave them for a while and they'll come back and you put them on the bench and sometimes you give them a red card. But if there's sometimes something about some songs. I never thought I'd finish this one, but I like it anyhow. It's called Hold On To Me. Dead on arrival, safe home at last. No cannon by dark side, no flags half mast. We were sold out for silver and a string of black pearl on the lonely side, at the edge of the world. Oh, like in his children, souls lost at sea, and no room on the lifeboat. You can't hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me. And now the voyage is over, and we're back on dry land. In our eyes are the stories of the rope and the brand. Oh, like Destiny's children, souls not to say, and no room on the lifeboat. You can hold on, and no room on the lifeboat. You can't hold on to me, hold on to me. Hold on, hold on to me. Hold on, Oh, those long, lonely nights. You look at me with those snapping black eyes. Oh, babe. Been on that dusty road. Been on that dusty road. We were dead on around. Safe home at last. No cannon fire, dark side. No flags, half a man. We were sold out for silver and a string of blackbird. I'm the loneliest island at the end of the world. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. You can hold on to me. All right. You can hold on to me. Hold on to me. All right. Can hold on to me. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. It's a little hot here. Here's the thing. This is a song off our brand new record. The album's called Citizen John. If anybody's interested after the show, I'll take your money, but we'll leave it there. But you're a very generous audience, I can tell. But here's the thing. This is called Love or I Surrender. And what I'd like to do is in Australia, we call it tapping in. If you tap in, you just start clapping, and then if you're bored, you tap out. You know, so you don't have to tap through the whole song. I'll kind of lead you in if you're up for it. Oh, look, hang on. Not so good. Love or I Surrender, everybody. We're tapping in. You know, it's just a sweet old-fashioned love song. Come on in. Yeah. And baby, I can tell by the look on your face. You need to love, 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 love. All right. And girl, I know you've been waiting for your lover boy, your sugar boy, baby. Walk in the room. That sweet love and devotion is coming on through. It's coming on through. You got the jukebox way too loud. And you're sitting in your powder room. You got something on the sweet. And you're singing out with the radio. Singing out with the radio. Sing. Love, 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 love. Sing it out again. Sing. Love, 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 love. And in the room, your lover boy, he holds you tight and says it's gonna be alright right through the night. And he's not a poet, he's not a writer, he's not a singer of song. But you know. Sweet love and devotion. Others said it the best when he said, try a little tenderness. I'll just say sweet love and devotion. And everybody starts singing. Love, 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 love. Say it again. Love, 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 love. He wants to say it, don't know how to say it. If he could say it, if he could sing it, he might do it just like this. Oh, oh. How could anybody look so divine? There's nothing I can say. Just like autumn leaves and summer wine, I want you here to stay. I can promise you this. If I'm alone, girl, it's you I miss. So I hold on tight until the morning light, while you rock me sweet and slow. Got a dream that keeps us bound together, a place that runs so deep. We'll sail the seas in calm and stormy weather until our heavenly peace. I can promise you this. If I'm alone, girl, it's you I miss. As time slip by and the stars shoot out from the sky, I sit along for your angel kiss. Oh, baby, let my life surrender and shed a secret tear. I will get down on my knees, baby, baby, whenever you need. How could anybody look so fine? There's nothing left to say. Can't believe this world had made you mine. It's here I've got to stay. Oh, oh. And there's one thing I know, I'd be crazy to let you go. So I hold on tight until the morning light, while you rock me sweet and slow. Let my eyes surrender, shed a secret tear. I will get down on my knees, baby, whenever you're near. Love, love, I'll surrender. All right. love, 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 love. Baby, now, that's all love. Oh, oh, love, 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 love. Oh, I surrender. I will get down on my knees. I surrender, oh baby, watch out. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. All right. Whenever your need. Thank you very much. I got to say, that was fabulous clapping, you know. The reason why they asked me to come and do this show here with you is I had to give you a couple of songs about the songs of my life, which, you know, really I had no idea about it. But I realized when I was thinking about it, I'm 71 now. So when in 1958, I was 10 years old, and what was good about that is I didn't know what it was like to be 11. So that was kind of interesting. But the radio was king, which was, it's always a good thing, and just waiting for songs. And there was this wonderful artist. He didn't have many songs, but it was a very interesting song. It was a guy called Jody Reynolds, and he had this great song called Endless Sleep, and it worked on a lot of different levels. I didn't know what level it was at the time. The only thing I knew was I really loved the song, you know. I kind of really, and as the years rolled on, that song, you know, I didn't know the song really. I just knew the song, but I never thought too much about it. I just loved it. And then years rolled on, and I was making a record, paying homage to, you know, some of my favourite singers and songwriters, and I called it my favourite dead people songs because they were all dead, which was valuable because they can live on the record together. And just because I was making that record, the Jody Reynolds record came up, and I finally got to record it. I hope you like it. Endless Sleep. She was nowhere around. I traced her footsteps down to the shore. Our bridge is gone forevermore. I looked at the sea, and it seemed to say, I stole your baby from you. I heard a boy crying, come to me, baby, to my endless sleep. Why did we quarrel? Oh, why did we fight? Why did I leave her alone tonight? I traced her footsteps down to the shore. Our bridge is gone forevermore. I looked at the sea, and it seemed to say, heard a boy crying, come to me, baby, to my everything. I saw her near, reach for my daughter, held to me. I saved my baby from this ever sea. I looked at the sea, and it seemed to say, you stole my baby from me today. My heart cried out, she's mine. I saved my baby from the sea, the ever sea, the ever sea. Save my baby, oh, the ever sea, oh, ever sea. Save my baby from the ever sea, the ever sea, the ever sea. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jody Reynolds, really. You know, our host is Martin, who plays the Hammond organ. I'm sure you all know him. And he's playing the Hammond. And he said to, you know, he didn't text me. I don't really understand that. He emailed something, and I'm in the middle of kind of working some new songs. And I thought, well, we might as well just do a new song, you know. And the thing about that is, well, it's not really finished. But you'll get the picture, you know. And so I thought, just so I can make sure I don't ruin it by just, you know, just ad-libbing, I said to Martin, I said, I don't know all the words. And he said, my audience. He called you his audience. He said, he said, my people, if I remember rightly, my peoples, he said it like that. He said, they'll understand that it's a brand new song. It may never go anywhere. This is maybe the only time you'll ever hear it. But I understand there's one thing that you do incredibly well. If you like something, you keep clapping, which is a very unusual thing in Australia. Because normally, if they like you, they throw something at you, right? So slightly a different... And here's the thing. You know, that's why I move around a lot. You know, that's why I'm a moving target. This song is called You Only Got Yourself to Blame. I got a tiger I don't feel no guilt or shame. Oh, baby. If you don't know what you're missing, girl, only got yourself to blame. Wow. If you don't know what you're missing, girl, only got yourself to blame. Good morning, blues. Yeah. Good morning. I got a brand new tattoo. Good morning. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Oh, my, my, my. How do you do? Good morning, blues. Oh, man. All right. Hey. All right. Good morning, blues. All right, baby. Wow. All right. Apple. Apple. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here's a song that I wish that monitor wasn't there because I keep looking at it. You know, oh dear. Every time I look at it, it's side on. So it's kind of a little bit annoying because I look at that. Oh, shit. Oh. Put the guitar up. Put that there. Oh. No. Santa Maria. It's a mean old world, isn't it? You know. It's a mean old world. I can't lose. I can't lose weight. That's correct. You know. So one of those guys that walks around a 5-kilometre lake and I gain weight. You know, someone else is losing it and I'm just putting it on. But not that I care about that, you know. You don't have to worry about weight when you're in your 70s because it's not really that important. It's just that my clothes, you know, I pay a lot of money for clothes. And sometimes my jacket says, you can, you know, do me up. And of course I can't do it up. So it's sort of, I keep talking to the jacket. Say, come on, man. Get a little larger. Anyway, on this, we're playing a few songs off the brand new album. And this is called Worlds Away. And it's just one of those songs, you know, sometimes when you're writing a whole bunch of songs, some stick, some kind of like a bad hair day, you know, you just cannot, they just will not, they don't like each other. Some songs don't like each other. They kind of want to fight. Even on the album, they're fighting against each other. They cut it out. Cut it out, will you? But this one worked. And it features Claude Carranza. This is Claude Carranza on the electric guitar, everybody. This is Mark Ray on the bass. James Black is on the keyboard. Pretty boy Floyd, it's his birthday today on the... and the beautiful Martinos is on the Hammond organ. Make him feel all right. Hey, Rosita. It's called Worlds Away. Never steal a coin from a wishing well, or watch your back in another man's cell. Don't stare at the sun for a second too long. Walk away from trouble if you ain't that strong. I don't get around like I did before. People ask why, but I'm keeping score. Every time they deal, they'll use another clue. A crooked little thoughts just slip on through. Oh, now the moon's coming out to play, and the sky's only silver and gray. When I close my eyes, I whirl away. Don't call a man a liar, tell him he's a fool. Show him how to bend the goal. If you don't like it, shake him by the hand. What he doesn't know, you'll never understand. Who you gonna trust? It's a mighty big ass when the face of the devil is staring through a mask. How you gonna prove if it's counterfeit or real? Slide around the corner and cut a better deal. I just get better every day, keeping my demons at bay. When I close my eyes, I whirl away, whirl away. Never steal a coin from a wishing well, watch your back in another man's cell. Don't stare at the sun for a second too long. Walk away from trouble if you ain't that strong. I just get better every day, keeping those demons at bay. When I close my eyes, I whirl away, I whirl away, I whirl away, I whirl away. Thank you. Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. There's a little song that it's also off the record. I really enjoyed writing this song. I have a co-writer, by the way. His name is Nick Smith, and we write a lot of songs together, and we have a lot of fun writing songs. And I'd just like to do this because James is on the piano right here, and I think it'll be just fitting that he would have a little tickle up on this. It's called Brother Moses and Sister May. Yeah, one more time, that's right. Say it again, Jim. You can tap in anytime you like. Oh, man. All right. Let's roll. Moses and Sister May went shuffling down the line, keeping one step ahead of the Lord, taking each hour at a time. There ain't nobody in this darn world I'd rather be with than you. So Sister May reaching for a bottle, holding just enough liquor for two. Brother Moses, I knew him well. He grew tired as the years go by. Long ago he raised a little money. It was gone in the wink of a night. Sister May, dog, child of the city, wearing somebody's dress that's torn, fell for a man like a stone in the ocean. It was raining on the night she was born, and the dust and the pit, the filth and grime, it turns out to be your bed. Or you can dance and let your troubles sing to leave your weary head. Brother Moses and Sister May, just wasting their lives away. Brother Moses and Sister May are just thankful for one more day. Tracking the sky where the sun beats through, but it ain't anywhere around here. The story goes when you see it first time, you can't help but shed a tear. How do you know? When does it happen? If it's real or something else? You're hugging the street, the world's looking pretty, while the skyline's everywhere. And the dust and the filth and grime, it turns out to be your bed. Can dance and let your troubles sing to leave your weary head. Brother Moses and Sister May, they're just wasting their lives away. Brother Moses and Sister May are just thankful for one more day. Brother Moses and Sister May, they're just wasting their lives away. Brother Moses and Sister May are just thankful for one more day. Sister May, they're just wasting their lives away. Brother Moses and Sister May are just thankful for one more day. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's time to tell you about this song. You know, when I was putting together Citizen John, which is our latest album, Citizen John, and available this evening. But apart from that, the theme behind it was very similar to the song that I chose to record, and it was a Bob Dylan song that he wrote sometime in the 80s with a guitar player from, I think they were called, I can't remember what they were called now, something Dead. What were they called? It's just escaped me anyway. And I just once again always kind of found the song attractive, and it was saying pretty much the same thing about Grateful Dead. And it was pretty much saying similar things to what I was saying, me and Nick were saying on our album, you know. And we had a little bit of time, and I thought, there's a couple of things I'd like to try out with the band. And I said, this was one of them. This is sort of a song that had the same meaning, you know, looking for life, looking for what's going to happen after life, you know, all those sort of things come into play. And I thought it would be a good song for the album at the time. We recorded it, and I never put it on the record, you know, because the record was released in Europe before it was released in Australia. Then they talked me into releasing on the Australian album. And it was sort of like a little bonus track on, this is a hard work, you know, bonus track on the album that I released here, because I kind of like pretty much just recording my own songs, you know. It's always a sort of a tricky thing, playing someone else's song, unless you can find something in it, you know. When I did the Dead People songs, my favourite Dead People songs, you know, I found something in the songs that I could make my own. I think that's what you got to do when you're recording someone else's tracks. You can't just kind of copy it. You got to add something to it. We added a few things, souped it up a little, added a little bit of slide guitar on the record, and it's an old gem, I think. It's one of the only songs I've ever played where the 3 chords go through everything and still be quite attractive. So it's called Sylvio, and it sounds just a little like this.
Future on the hell of a pass. Looks like the mileways are coming on fast. Ain't complaining about what I got. I've seen better times, but who has now? Sylvio, silver and gold, won't buy back the beat of a heart gone cold. Sylvio, I gotta go, find out something only that man knows. As the next jet rolling the stone. When I come a knocking on your throw me no bone. Like an old boy we were looking for home. If you don't like it, you can leave me alone. I can snap my fingers and refine the flame. Drop a clear blue sky, turn it up again. Stroke your body and relieve your pain. Charm the whistle of an evening train. Sylvio, silver and gold, won't buy back the beat of a heart gone cold. Sylvio, I gotta go find out something on it. Everybody. You know I love you, and furthermore, when it's time to go, it's an open door. I can tell you, baby, I can tell you plain. You give something up for everything you gain. Every pleasure is positive pain. Pay your ticket and don't complain. Sylvio, silver and gold, won't
beat of a heart grown cold. Sylvio, I gotta go. Find out something only different. Yeah. Well, one of these days I won't be long. I'm going down to the band. I'm gonna sing my song. Sing it loud, gonna sing it strong. Let the echo decide if they were right or wrong. Sylvia, silver and gold, won't vibe at the beat of a heart gone cold. Sylvia, I gotta go. I'll find out something on it that man knows. Sylvia, silver and gold, won't vibe at the beat of a heart gone cold. Sylvia, I gotta go. I'll find out something on it that man knows. I'll find out something on it that man knows. I'll find out something on it that man knows. Yeah, find out something on it that man knows. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, everybody. Can we do one more, Martin? Is that okay? Okay, well, I'd like you to join in, if you wouldn't mind joining in on this one, Martin. And it's not normally what I finish with, but seeing that Martin doesn't know what we're going to play and the band don't really know what's going on just yet, because it's very important. As you can see, there's nothing beneath my feet apart from a very nice pair of shoes, you know. Unfortunately, plastic, you know. But you picked that up, didn't you? This is not really. This was part of the. About 2 years ago, I was in London, and I needed a book, you know, I needed a book to read on the train. You know, I had a 3-hour trip, you know. And there was just kind of a whole bunch of biographies, and there was this one on Nina Simone. I thought that'd be a nice book to read, you know, just a little something. I got right into the book and right into her, and when I got back to Melbourne, I brought some vinyl again, you know. I just kind of fell in love with her whole thing, you know, her political stance, all the things that she was going through. And I did get a chance to see her live, and she was really weird, but that's another story. So I think she was looking for a husband. I think she spent more time on the microphone saying, "Is any free men out there?" Anyway, we're going to cut that bit, right? So, I kind of just decided that I'll try this song, and there was a few songs that resonated, but this one was kind of it was a cute song. It's called "Do I Move You?" And if you know it, you're welcome to sing along. And it goes, we play it a little bit like this. All right. Do I move you? Is it thrilling? Do I soothe you? Oh baby, are you willing? Do I groove you? Baby, tell the truth, child. Do oh baby, or you lose. The answer better be yeah, yeah. Well, that pleases me. Yeah. Are you ready for this action? Does it give you satisfaction? Are you careful what I'm saying, baby? If you are, girl, you better come on out swinging. The answer better be yeah, yeah.
baby, right down to your liver. If you like it, let me know it. Yeah! Don't be psychic, girl, or you just might blow it. The answer better be yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that pleases me.
What a band! What a man!
Thank you very much, everybody. Clark Oranzi on the electric guitar. James Black on the keyboards, everybody. Mark Gray on the bass. Tony Floyd on the drums. Mr. Martinos.
And Joe! What a night!
Thank you very much.
Macht doch einen.
Thank you very much. You've been sitting down doing the bum dance all night. Everybody should just stay up. We've got plenty of space here. Very expensive German real estate right here. I think we'll do one more song. Everybody's got to get up and just be part of it, yeah? You want to come up and have a dance? Come on. night, everybody. If you want to buy a CD, I'll just be out there and I'll sign it for you. Thank you for being so generous. I love your country. Thank you so much. The merchandise, if anybody wants to buy something, we're just outside that, just through there. So the beautiful Michelle will take your money, take your orders, try to give you something for free. Thank you, you've been delicious.
It is a great pleasure for me and for all of us to have you on the show today with the Black Swords, with the rest of you. It's great to have you all the way from Australia. You travel all over the place, and we've actually been just chatting about so many different things, starting from pumpkin soup to your family, and that's where I had the trouble while I was researching you and your life. Where do I start? Because you've done so many things. I think you've done like 49 albums already, not with the Black Swords, but by yourself.
Just my whole career is 49. I'm working on number 50 now, which is kind of all right. But I started very late in the business of show business. I mean, I left school when I was very young, when I was just 12 and a half or something, and got a job. But I loved music. I loved the radio, and because of that, I was inspired just by listening to music of the day, and started in a band when I was about 15, but never played, just played in a social manner, not necessarily a professional manner. And that was fun. And so I didn't record really till I was about 26 years old,
And that all happened because you weren't very good at serving coffee, right?
That's kind of true. Now, I had a band before I served that was very popular. It was called Joe Joseph and the Falcons. And just like all things in those days, they would disintegrate. You made 2 or 3 albums and you're on your bike and off you go, which I did. And I had no place home. So I started working as I had 2 children then. I started working as a veg. I call myself a veggie roadie. So I work in the markets and I was putting vegetables on trucks. And that wasn't that exciting. But
I can't even imagine.
But it was, but still, it was down to earth life, and I met things happened in a strange way. I just met this guy who loved that band, who started a restaurant called the Cafe Neon, and said, "I can give you a job." He said, "What's your coffee skills like?" And I said, "Magnifico." Of course, why wouldn't you? So I said, and he said, "Well, come in." He realised that I was really not so great. And he said, "Why don't you, I'll keep you on, but why don't you start a band here on a Sunday afternoon? And we can, you don't get paid, of course. That's the first rule. But we'll just do it and turn, and pass the hat around," which became the Black Sorrows. And that was in 1982. And then he said, "Why don't we go and make a record?" So he was the executive producer. I called him Johnny Cole. His name was Faffius, but we went in the studio, made a record in 6 hours. Just finished. We didn't have any original material. I'd written a lot of songs, but not for that band. So.
And didn't you have to get through the day quite quickly because you only had 1 day in the studio to record?
1 day in the studio to record, mix, and master. So, but it wasn't such a hard task because you knew the songs that you were going to play, and it was sort of a Zydeco band. Had a couple of rehearsals, just played songs that you knew, but I wanted to sort of have this Louisiana kind of feel. So I found a violinist, a piano accordionist, which weren't very popular in the day. And a clarinetist, and I was playing a bit of saxophone. That was the horn section, and the Eastern Sam drums and guitar and bass. But it was a hit, right? And so we this is before we made the record. We did about two shows, made the record, which was everything that we knew that we could play together. Now, that wasn't that difficult. So we weren't even allowed to go and have a listen to the playback. There was someone, Chris would say, That sounds good. And that's kind of what we... So it was an all-in brawl. Everyone was in, and it just became a hit. You don't know why these things happen. It just had the right sort of songs, it had the right sort of sound that was kind of fresh for the day.
I'd like to not go into the future now. I'd like to go way, way back. When you were born in Malta... you were born in Malta, you stayed there till you were 2 years old, and then you moved to Australia. Do you still think, because your family lived in Malta for a while, that you had some European roots concerning the music that you grew up with?
I'm not really sure about that. You know, I went back, the first time I went to Malta, because I went to Australia, I was born in 48, came to Australia in 1950. So I went and did a documentary, and I was trying to find that, you know, as an older person, and I didn't find. I was doing the music school for it till I got back to Australia, and realised that there was a transition between the two genres and how to go about doing things. And I spent a month in Malta just trying to listen to the music of the day, but that was kind of like the Beatles, really. They were still playing 50s music, you know. So I didn't really get that much out of it, but it came from within more than I was expecting something, you know. Every country's got their thing, and what they had was their folk. I think every country's got this folk music, and I finally tapped into that, and I was able to do the film score for it.
You grew up with 10 brothers and sisters and a cousin that lived at your house. And your parents, your mother, you just told me, had 23 brothers and sisters. So you know what it's like to have lots of people around you. As a musician, is it actually nice to be lonely once in a while when you're on tour? Or is it, do you get really lonely because you miss having people around you all the time?
Well, you know, here's the thing. I think if you're touring, you want to be with the people that you love the most. From not only your family, but the people that can spend 6 or 7 hours in a bus talking about the world and the wonders of the world and the ups and downs of all those things, the trials and tribulations of everything. So that stops you from being lonely. And my thing is that's what I want to surround myself with, good musicians that are lighthearted and not taking their life too seriously. And of course you're going to feel sad and lonely and blue, but that's kind of part of life. That's kind of what we all do. You know, I miss my little children, you know, so that's kind of. But thank God we've got, you know, the phone that, you know, there they are, you know, in front of you, the iPhone or whatever it is, you know. So and I think you do need isolation as well. I think everyone needs a bit of isolation for whatever reasons that kind of, you know, fixes their body, their soul, their spirit.
For people watching from Australia right now, or from the other side of the world, they're probably like, you know, you don't have to ask him all these questions. We know all these things because he's so famous. He's, you know, really, really famous in Australia. In Germany, it's not that way yet. Is that something that you have to get used to when you were in Europe? That you're like, wait a second, do I have to explain myself again? I'm being asked the same questions I have already answered 100 times.
Well, look, you know, I look at it. It's great to be invisible. Really, you know, because you can be in Europe. I did have a hit here, and I didn't come to Germany to promote it. It wasn't one of my songs, but I had a Bob Marley cover called "Stir It Up," which kind of was a sort of a hit. And I was just having a lot of difficulties getting on a plane, so I couldn't get here to sort of promote the record. And I had hits in different parts of Europe. But what's really nice for me at this point of time in my life is that it's about the songs, about, you know, so I figure it's better if you don't know too much about what I do or what's a hit or what was a hit somewhere. It doesn't matter. I'm not promoting that. What I'm promoting is me and the band playing, hopefully, songs that are quite attractive to an audience and that we all can sort of, you know, spiritually move together and have fun. You know, sometimes a hit record anywhere is an albatross around your neck because I've got this song in Australia called Harley and Rose. And if I don't do Harley and Rose or Change of the Wheel, these two songs, you know, people get really upset, you know, about the fact. And for me, I don't have a song list. I don't want a song list. I don't want to know about any of those things. I want to feel the audience and say, here we go. You know, so there's a different kind of energy and value in that.
And of course, you've evolved over the past years. You've been doing this, and I read that you said, let me see exactly what you said. I know where to go now when I'm writing. So when you write songs, did it take a while or take a certain space you were in to write when you were in different times of your life?
I think, you know, sometimes you have more of an idea about what you're trying to do. The early days, it was just about being on the jukebox, trying to get A1 on the charts, you know, whatever that is, and you do anything to sort of try to be there. As a young man, I think I could pick a hit, like I think any young person can pick a hit record, you know, because they know the movement, they know what it is. As an older man, I have no idea in that. All I know is how to write a pretty good song, hopefully occasionally a really great song, and somewhere down the line, for me anyway, it's about an album's worth of material that's seamless. I haven't reached that point. I don't know exactly how to go about that, but I do know that it is what makes me want to, you know, get up in the morning.
You mean a seamless album that when you listen to it, you don't ever want to stop listening? What do you mean by a seamless album?
Well, I just think if there's 10 songs on an album, you know, there's no filler. Everyone's a Maserati.
I think you have albums like that. I wouldn't be surprised. And John Denver and Elvis Costello think so for the songs that they covered, which is must feel like a huge honor when people like that play your songs. But they might not be the most important people who give you compliments on the stuff you do in your life. Who is the most important person when it comes to complimenting where you're going in your life of music?
Well, I really don't know how to explain that. To me, the validation is what happens on the night. You know, you can spend all day, an album takes me about 12 months to write, me and my writing partner, Nick Smith, well, you know, and then we record those things and we you know, we prejudge the record as it is, and we find we can see the faults in it, and mainly things that I could have done better, more so than Nick. But
I'm sure he wouldn't say it that way around, but never mind.
But you know, the beauty of it is, can you connect with that song? Can people connect with what you're trying to say, not only in the language but in the spiritual component to that?
Tell me a bit more about the Black Sorrows as a band, because it's not like a band that's been existing the way it started off. Like, it just keeps changing and evolving. And I think for the last 4 years, though, you've had the same people in the band. Is that right?
Well, pretty much. You know, there's always a shift for some things. You know, when you're touring, sometimes people can't go or they're not available. You know, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in Australia, there's a big demand for really good people to play. And so, you know, if you're not working with the Sorrows, you might be working with another band or, you know, sort of moonlighting. It never used to happen that in the 70s, but it seems to happen a lot more now, you know. Everyone's got to make a living and it's harder to make a living. But I've had Claude, the guitar player, he's been playing with me for nearly 20 years, you know, just a gorgeous man, beautiful guitar player, plays from the hip. Mark Ray's been with me for 6 years now. You know, Tony Floyd's played with me for 15 years on and off. James Black has played on all those famous records. And, you know, we have a great love for each other and we look after each other. We even laugh at the bad jokes that we throw out.
That you probably heard a couple times on the bus. It must come around over and over again. That happens with musicians once in a while. When you played in front of thousands and thousands of people. You were playing in front of a couple of people tonight, maybe 100 here in a living room. That's a different kind of feeling, I can imagine. I'm sure you don't have to get prepared for it, like with your soul. But what do you feel like when you go on stage on a night like this?
I'm really excited by it. You know, I think you can sort of deal with everyone. Once it gets past about 300 or 400 people, you have to be something else. It becomes a different animal. All these things change, you know. Very intimate, and you feel like you're actually singing to
any one of the people that are here, you know, trying to connect to them. I always talk about the spiritual connection, you know, more so than the performance, the singing or the playing, you know, is kind of almost irrelevant. It's about the heart and soul of the matter, you know.
Well, I think you've captured the heart and soul of the music, of your fans, and what they want to listen to. It's really a pleasure having you here on the show. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Australia and bringing everyone. And we could have talked about pumpkin soup or Malta or lots of other things more, but we don't have any time left, unfortunately. So you just have to come back. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you for the time. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. And you take care.